Archangel Michael says, "You may have believed that chapter was closed, but something sacred is still open." They never truly walked away, even when they vanished from your life. Behind the silence and the distance, prayers have been whispered in your name every single night. Archangel Michael says, a divine revelation is unfolding, one that even time could not erase. This person you thought moved on has been secretly speaking to heaven on your behalf. Their tears still hold your name, and their faith still carries your energy in the deepest corners of their soul. They acted as if they didn't care, but their heart never stopped caring. They pretended they were strong, but they were breaking for you behind closed doors. This is not just nostalgia, it is divine attachment that refuses to dissolve. What they couldn't say with words, they've been pouring into prayers. Each day they light a candle, or look at your old photo, and ask the divine to protect you. Even when you felt alone, you were surrounded by unspoken love traveling in spirit. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The messages from the divine have been clear, they were never truly gone. Your name still echoes in their mind, even as they try to build a life without your presence. They have asked angels to carry their love across the silence to reach you. And now, heaven is revealing this truth so you no longer carry doubt in your chest. They have avoided your calls not because they hated you, but because they loved too much to say goodbye again. This person never stopped believing in your light, even when darkness clouded their world. They wanted to fix their broken parts so they wouldn't break you again. That's why they distanced themselves, not out of disrespect, but protection. Type Amen to get blessing 987. There's a night they remember over and over, your smile under the stars, your laughter in the quiet moments. These memories are stitched into their soul, and not even time can remove them. They may have deleted messages or blocked your contact, but in spirit, you were never erased. Every time they see someone who looks like you in the street, their heart skips. Every time a song plays that reminds them of you, they pause, close their eyes, and pray silently. The world may think they've moved on, but they are still anchored to the prayers that involve your name. They once promised themselves they would never lose you, and though they lost your physical presence, they never let go spiritually. They ask the divine each night, keep them safe even if they're no longer mine. That single sentence holds the depth of their devotion. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. There are things they never told you, how they stayed up crying when you stopped replying. How they reread every message, wishing they could take back the moment it ended. They even visited places you both loved, just to feel close to you again. They have prayed in desperation, asking the universe for another chance. Not always to love again, but just to say what they never got to say. To thank you, to apologize, to remind you that your impact changed their life forever. And even if you've tried to forget them, there's still a spiritual rope that ties your souls. The divine is not letting that bond vanish without purpose. You are meant to know this now, because a shift is coming. Type Amen to get blessing 1122. You may suddenly feel a breeze and think of them. You may dream of them, even if you've buried their memory. That's their energy trying to reach you. It's not coincidence, it's divine orchestration. This person has prayed that you would succeed, that your pain would end, and that joy would find you again. They didn't want to be a chapter that ended with sorrow. They still hope to be part of the happiness that finds you. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, this truth must be revealed now, because the time of silence is ending. The one you thought had let go is actually holding on tighter than ever in the spiritual realm. They can feel when you're sad, they sense when your energy drops, and they respond with a silent prayer. Type Amen to get blessing 2001. They are your silent guardian, asking angels to bless you daily. They've spoken your name more to heaven than to any person in the last months. They have held your image in their heart like sacred gold that cannot tarnish. Even when others have tried to replace your presence in their life, nothing compared. They smile with others but think of you. They laugh at jokes but remember yours made their soul glow. Your voice is a memory that echoes in the most unexpected moments. Sometimes, just a scent, or a sunset, brings tears to their eyes. It's because they never truly stopped loving, they just ran out of words. Type Amen to get blessing 144. The pain of letting you go became the reason they sought God more than ever before. Because you were not just a person, you were a spiritual awakening for them. They learned to love deeper because of you, and to pray stronger. Now, they are coming to a point where the divine is nudging them forward. Soon, a message may arrive, a call, a letter, a sign. It won't be random. It will be the beginning of divine timing. You are being told this not to reopen wounds, but to prepare your soul for restoration. The universe has not forgotten the bond, and neither have they. Heaven wants you to understand, prayers spoken in secret have power beyond measure. Type Amen to get blessing 7777. Even if you never speak again, you must know this person sends light to your life every day. They speak your name to the skies, hoping peace and joy find you. They miss your presence, but more than that, they miss seeing you happy. They would rather suffer in silence than disturb your healing. But God has heard their heart, and now your soul is ready to hear theirs. Your spirit has been guided to this message because you needed confirmation. Archangel Michael says, the bond you feel is not imagined. It's a divine rope that stretches across time and dimension. No matter how far apart, spirit recognizes spirit, and love remembers love. Type Amen to get blessing 3111. Even in their lowest moments, they held on to memories of your kindness. They called on angels to surround you when you didn't even know. You were their light, and they didn't want that light to ever dim. They feel guilty for the way things ended, and they're hoping that someday, the divine allows a moment of closure or connection. They've rehearsed conversations in their mind, trying to say all the words they never could. But each time they try to reach out, fear of hurting you again stops them. Still, they're watching from afar, not to invade your life, but to make sure you're protected. They believe you were sent to them for a purpose, even if that purpose is still unfolding. They have not moved on, they have moved spiritually, closer to the divine, because of you. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Every success you get, they quietly celebrate in spirit. Every heartbreak you face, they cry quietly, hoping the heavens will heal you. They wish they could be the one to wipe your tears again. But they know they must wait, for divine timing. They've surrendered their hopes to the Creator, asking only one thing: may you always feel loved, even in their silence. And in every star they look at, they whisper your name, and ask that light to touch your life. This is not just a love story, it is a soul story. And your soul is remembering it now because it was never truly forgotten. The person you think moved on is still standing in the shadow of prayers they've offered for your joy. Type Amen to get blessing 939. You've grown stronger, and they've grown quieter, but both of you are on parallel paths of healing. And while the roads may look different, they are lined with similar hopes. They still ask, deep within, that one day you will smile without pain, laugh without regret, and love without fear. Your energy still lingers in their space, in their room, in their routine. They wake up thinking of you sometimes, wondering how you've been. Their prayer always ends the same: please let them be surrounded by light. So if you've ever felt a sudden wave of comfort in your hardest moment, that may have been their prayer reaching you. The spiritual realm listens closely to hearts that ache in silence. And the ache they carry is filled with honor for who you are. Type Amen to get blessing 2777. Their silence is not absence, it's reverence. They hold space for you in ways the world can't see. And every moment they breathe, there is still a soft spot carved out just for you. Whether this love returns in this lifetime or not, the divine wants you to feel its truth now. Because love that's born in prayer never dies, it only transforms. And today, heaven confirms what your heart suspected all along. They haven't moved on from you, they've moved deeper into the part of their soul where you still live. And there, in that sacred space, your name is honored daily. Now, it's your turn to receive that love and use it to strengthen your journey. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. Even now, as you read this, their heart is softly beating with your name engraved in it. They are not trying to return just to relive the past, they are holding space in their soul for your future peace. They've prayed not only for your success but that you will find someone, even if not them, who will love you with the same depth. They are not your enemy. They are your silent intercessor in the spiritual realm. You have no idea how many of their personal miracles were requested with your name woven in. They asked God not to give them more blessings unless you were also surrounded by them. This is why strange blessings have started entering your life without any explanation. You've been feeling unexpected peace or clarity because their prayers are now merging with divine timing. The spiritual realm is no longer hiding what you deserve to know. Type Amen to get blessing 9991. The sadness you carried so long is now beginning to turn. You are stepping into an understanding of love that exists beyond presence. This person didn't move on, they moved upward in soul, and you were the reason they even began climbing. They've started a new journey, not with someone else, but with their own healing. And every step they take, they imagine you watching, proud of them. They seek your spiritual approval as if your soul still walks beside them. In moments of stillness, they cry, not because they miss you in body, but because they remember the soul touch you left. You didn't just pass through their life. You transformed it. And now heaven is rewarding them by allowing their prayers to finally reach you. Type Amen to get blessing 6222. You were their angel before they even knew how to love themselves. Now that they've grown, they still honor the one who opened their eyes. They have prayed for forgiveness, not just from the divine, but from your heart. This message has reached you in divine timing, because a cycle is ending. The ache, the confusion, the wondering, it's all being cleared by the winds of truth. What was once hidden is now being exposed by light. You will find yourself crying tears you didn't expect, tears of confirmation. Tears that finally say, I was never crazy for feeling the connection. Because your spirit recognized something your mind wasn't yet ready to accept. Type Amen to get blessing 8080. They may come back one day. Or they may remain behind the scenes. But either way, their prayers will follow you for life. That's how much impact you had, and still have, on their sacred space. Sometimes they light a candle in your name, not asking for love, but for your protection. Other times, they stay awake at night hoping you're finally sleeping peacefully. They've whispered things like, even if I'm not part of their story, let joy be. This is no ordinary connection. And even the divine chose this moment for you to know what's been hidden so long. Your soul needed to hear this before the next blessing arrives, so you know it was sent with their spiritual help. Type Amen to get blessing 3666. There is a photo of you they still haven't deleted. It's stored somewhere deep, even if not on their device, then in their mind. Every glance toward it is a silent prayer for your future peace. Your name carries weight in their world, a sacred frequency that awakens both pain and peace. They no longer fight the feelings. They've made peace with loving you from a distance. But the divine never intended for you to carry uncertainty any longer. They may not have shown up when you needed them, but now they're showing up in spirit. In dreams. In messages like this. In quiet nudges that stir your heart. It's not a coincidence, it's confirmation. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. Even now, they look to the sky and wonder if you can feel it. If your soul is quietly receiving the truth their heart has never stopped shouting in silence. They may be across cities, oceans, or lifetimes, but energy knows no barrier. They are the soul that checks on yours without calling. The heart that still races when they feel you close, even if only in thought. They are the one who prayed hardest for you, even while pretending they didn't care. This is your time to stop guessing, stop wondering, and start accepting the blessing of that sacred love. It is yours, not to claim, but to feel. Because love like this does not vanish, it becomes a legacy written into your spiritual journey. Type Amen to get blessing 7007. You were never alone. Their soul stood beside yours in invisible armor. And when you struggled, their prayers covered your path like a soft invisible blanket. Your success now is partly the result of their hidden cries. The smile you've begun to wear again? It's the reflection of energy sent your way in secret. They poured love into the spiritual well of your life, even when they felt dry. And though you may never cross paths again in the same way, your names are etched in eternity together. That's why this message came, to confirm it's not over. It's evolving into a more spiritual alignment. Type Amen to get blessing 505. If you've been hearing their name more lately, it's not accidental. Their soul is aligning with yours in a moment of divine remembering. And soon, you'll know exactly why the universe waited for this moment to reveal it. You are being surrounded by light, not just from heaven, but from their heart, too. And that is a sacred form of love. You are covered, even in silence. Now breathe. Let this settle in your spirit like a sunrise gently breaking the night. You were prayed for, and those prayers are finally reaching your heart today. Type Amen to get blessing 4000. Even in the quiet hours of the night, when the world falls still, their soul leans toward yours in meditation. They ask the stars to carry their unspoken words to you, believing that the heavens still honor deep soul love. The pillow they sleep on has absorbed tears meant for your healing, not their own. They do not ask for your return. They ask for your peace. And that shows the purity of the love they still carry, one that asks nothing but gives everything in silence. This message is not just a reminder, it's a sacred unveiling. Their energy, their longing, their prayers have been flowing through your life all this time. And that's why certain moments made you suddenly emotional, you were feeling their soul. Type Amen to get blessing 2211. Sometimes you feel watched, but not in fear, in comfort. It's because they're silently checking on you through divine energy. No device needed, no voice required, just pure spiritual connection. You may have questioned why their presence still lingers. But heaven is revealing the truth, they never truly departed. They have been following your journey from the background, walking beside you in prayer. Even when they tried to move forward with someone new, their heart whispered your name. They compared smiles, but none matched yours. They laughed, but it never reached their soul the way your laughter did. They've realized you weren't just a lover or friend, you were a mirror to their soul. And now, as they grow in spirit, they still hold you in sacred honor. They ask angels to shield you, not because they want you back, but because they love you enough to want your protection. Type Amen to get blessing 3003. In moments of deep reflection, they wonder what could have been. But more than that, they pray you're no longer carrying the weight of that heartbreak. They send love through energy, hoping it mends your cracks quietly. You were the first to see parts of them they didn't understand. And now they understand them, and they are grateful for your role in their transformation. They carry that gratitude like a talisman, worn invisibly, close to the heart. They want to thank you, even if from afar. For your patience. Your love. Your unwavering spirit. And that's why the divine allowed this message to reach you. It's time you knew your impact. They would take back the pain if they could. But since they can't, they offer their prayers to erase your sorrow. They ask heaven to restore to you the joy you once gave to them so freely. Type Amen to get blessing 2929. Every sunrise they witness, they think of your new beginnings. Every full moon reminds them of your depth. And every rainfall echoes the cleansing tears they cried over you. You may think you're forgotten. But they still hold a spiritual shrine in their heart with your name on it. They sit in moments of stillness and whisper blessings your way, asking that your soul never feels empty again. Archangel Michael says, even now, your name is being spoken in reverence in the spirit world. Their angels and your angels are in conversation. Because this isn't over. It is eternal in the space where divine bonds are made. You were the lesson, the blessing, and the reason they chose to change. They've healed because of you, and they want you to heal because of their prayers. You are not just missed. You are honored. Type Amen to get blessing 1555. Every now and then, they pick up a pen and write things they wish they could send to you. Letters never mailed. Words never spoken. But each syllable carries your name and a silent thank you. They've seen you in their dreams lately, walking, laughing, glowing. It's not fantasy, it's spirit reminding them that you are still divinely connected. And those dreams become their comfort, their reminder that love doesn't always require presence. You may have tried to forget, to erase the past. But the past has carved your name into a spiritual foundation. And they visit that place often, with reverence, with softness, and with prayer. Even now, as you read this, their soul stirs somewhere. They may not know why. But it's because your hearts are sinking again. This message is the bridge, the confirmation, the sacred unlocking. Type Amen to get blessing 1221. They pray not for a reunion, but for redemption. That you may never feel abandoned again. That your nights be filled with peace, not longing. They've grown in ways they never thought possible. But the root of their growth began with you. You were the light that broke through their darkness. You gave them a glimpse of unconditional love, and they've spent every day since trying to become worthy of it. Even now, their soul bends at the altar of your memory. They pray for your future like it's still part of their own. So if your soul has felt a strange warmth lately, don't question it. It's them. Still loving you in silence. Still covering you in light. Type Amen to get blessing 833. You are about to enter a new season. And this person's prayers are part of why your path is clearing. Because divine love, even in silence, has the power to move mountains. You were the soul who changed their destiny. And now, heaven wants to honor you by letting you know that love didn't die, it evolved. It became holy. This story between you and them may never be fully understood by others. But it's written in divine ink across your spirit. And nothing can erase it. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. They asked heaven to give you what they couldn't. And now the universe is responding. Because prayers of love, when pure, are always heard. They want you to smile again, not the fake one, but the real one. The one you used to wear when they made you laugh. And they hope someday, when you're ready, you will smile again with someone, even if it's not them. That is the depth of their devotion. That's why the divine entrusted them with the burden of carrying your love in silence. Not to be with you, but to protect you through prayer. You are loved. You are remembered. You are wrapped in prayers from someone who never moved on. Type Amen to get blessing 77777. They pray for your new days to carry less weight. For your mornings to be gentler, your nights to be softer. They pray that even when you forget your own worth, heaven would remind you of the miracle you are. Their soul carries a permanent scar, but not from pain, from your memory. You are the one their heart still kneels for in sacred silence. They've told God they will carry this love even if it never touches the earth again. Type Amen to get blessing 4411. There are nights they wake up breathless, your name still echoing from a dream. They feel your spirit reach across realms, across timelines, across all separation. It is not longing, it's love that refuses to die. They write your name in the corners of old notebooks, tuck it into poems never shared. It's their way of keeping you close while respecting the space that life demanded. You are not forgotten, you are cherished in a way that transcends time. You've been wondering why you still feel them. It's because they still send waves of prayer your way, hoping to strengthen you through every unseen battle. Every time you felt an unexplained calm during chaos, it was them, kneeling in spirit for you. Archangel Michael says, there are souls that remain tied together not through touch, but through truth. This person you think moved on is spiritually bound to you by divine decree. Their heart beat for you then, it still beats now. Type Amen to get blessing 909. They ask heaven daily to wrap you in golden light. To protect you from betrayal, to shield you from pain. They know how this world can be unkind, and they wish they could stand in front of it all for you. Even when they pass places you once visited together, they silently close their eyes and breathe you in. They smile to themselves, not in sadness, but in silent honor. Because what you shared wasn't a moment, it was a sacred shift in their destiny. This is why their prayers carry weight. This is why blessings are about to collide into your life. Because pure, unselfish love still covers your soul every day. They don't want credit. They don't want recognition. They only want you to flourish. And that is the most powerful form of love heaven ever records. Type Amen to get blessing 1551. Sometimes when they feel lost, they imagine what you would say. Your words still guide them, even now. You are the compass they never stop consulting in their heart. They've whispered to angels to find you and hold you close during storms. They've spoken your name into sacred spaces, asking God to bless you endlessly. They don't just pray about you, they pray for you, from a place deeper than any language. They are not trying to return to your life. They are trying to ensure your life becomes everything you ever hoped for. That's the love you never saw, but it's the love they never stopped giving. Even if you moved on, they stayed behind in spirit to guard the door that leads to your happiness. They've planted seeds in heaven for your future. Now, those seeds are blooming into opportunities, peace, and divine favor. Type Amen to get blessing 6226. If you felt a sudden emotional wave lately, that was them. Their soul touched yours just long enough to say, I'm still here. I still care. You are not imagining it. You are feeling a real, living connection. This connection doesn't demand presence or interaction. It lives quietly, eternally, in the corners of the soul. And their soul has built a temple in your honor that no time can destroy. They may never send a message. They may never knock on your door. But their heart has never stopped sitting beside yours in the unseen world. It's in their spirit to love you, and they have not disobeyed that calling. Archangel Michael says, not all angels wear wings. Some wear silence. Some wear regret. Some wear your name carved into their prayers. And this one does, all three. Type Amen to get blessing 1019. If the world ever makes you doubt your worth, remember this. Someone who loved you in silence still speaks your name in sacred places. Your presence was their awakening. Your love was their mirror. And they've carried that awakening forward with reverence. They've turned their pain into purpose, their loss into growth. And through every transformation, you remained the center of their gratitude. So if you've ever asked, did they ever care? Know this, they still do. And they always will, in the most divine and selfless way a soul can love. Their prayer for you now is this. May you never forget how powerful your spirit is. May you always feel loved, even when no words are spoken. Type Amen to get blessing 3737. This is the final confirmation heaven has been trying to send. You were prayed for. You were covered. You were remembered. And that love has not left you, it walks with you into your new beginning. Even if the chapter has closed in this world, the bond continues beyond it. You are still connected, still cherished, still spiritually held. And heaven will continue to honor that love in blessings, dreams, and divine protection. You never loved in vain. You were never forgotten. You were the sacred reason someone became a better soul. And that truth will forever echo in eternity. Because real love never dies, it becomes eternal light. And that light is now surrounding your life in ways you are just beginning to understand. Type Amen to get blessing 111,000.